because he's kind of part, you know, R&B rapper. He's got a bit of pop in there as well. He's, you know, his dancing is something that the girls really love. It's just this all-encompassing performance, and I think you can just see the talent in there when he's performing on stage.
Justin hasn't really had any kind of critical success, although he did recently get nominated for 2 Grammys, which meant an awful lot to him. You know, Justin said he stayed up until 5:30 in the morning waiting to hear if he'd been nominated for any Grammys, and in fact he got 2 nominations. But critically, of course, his music is dismissed as bubblegum pop music, generally speaking. But it doesn't matter, because Justin's all about the fans. His entire career is predicated on YouTube, where he was discovered, and that's about people. It's not about, you know, some executive who found him and put together a package. It's about the fact that fans have fallen in love with him because of who he is and his music. And I don't think it really matters. Maybe it matters to Justin, but it certainly doesn't matter for his fame or success, what the critics say.
Some people won't like him because of the music he brings out, and that he's so young, and that he's got a massive screaming fans everywhere he goes. Some people won't like that because they're just not into that. Other people will listen to his music, they'll respect what he does, and they'll think he's amazing. It depends on what side the fence you're on, really.
With his launch on the World Wide Web, Justin Bieber may well have become a teen superstar faster than anyone else in history. But he's also had far less time to adapt to the sudden adulation from adoring fans.
At a young age, being 15 and going through this process has been fun. And I mean, I miss my friends and family back home, but this is definitely all worth it.
When you look at fans' reaction to Justin, and there were some recent fans in Copenhagen who were like hysterically screaming, that hit the internet, some footage, and you know, you look, it's like the Beatles or Elvis Presley or something. I mean, they were like crying and screaming and having this reaction to him. And it's a lot for a 16-year-old guy, you know, to take on board.
When you sign on the dotted line, you sign to a life of non-privacy, really. But I mean, that's really, really hard for a 16-year-old.
For Justin at the moment, the major pressures on him at the moment are making sure he keeps himself as grounded as he possibly can. And it appears that he has a very strong team around him who are making sure they give him the love, support that he needs in order to keep himself as hooked to reality as you possibly can be, given the unreal life that he's living.
But the pressure on this kid, he's only 16. He's a worldwide star. Everyone's watching him. Everyone's looking for something wrong, something negative.
I didn't actually know he was 16, because for someone to handle it that well, you know, and to take it all in like he does is a bit crazy.
Every move he makes is under scrutiny. He's not allowed to be truly human in the way that we understand what it is to be a human being. Well, we have a need not just to make mistakes, but we also have a need for privacy. We have a need to be something that the world doesn't necessarily want us to be. And those are the pressures that he faces.
And fans that are grabbing at him and trying to touch him every single day of his life does get to him sometimes. And even though he's a great guy and everyone likes him, there are moments when he snaps. And I think it would be silly not to think about the tremendous pressure he's under. And no matter what he has going for him, there are going to be moments when he loses it. And it has happened, and it probably will continue to happen, but hopefully he has the support of people around him that you know, they'll be able to take care of it.
The biggest problem he's going to have is that he's going to grow up. He's only 16. He's going to grow up, and he's only human. So he's going to want all the things that pop stars want. He's going to want girlfriends. He's going to want toys. He's going to want cars. So the people around him have to protect him. Because he has to be allowed to grow up. He can't be like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was never allowed to grow up. So they need to give him a certain amount of space. But I'm sure his mother and Scooter will do that.
Justin knows that the price of fame can be a high one, and that the critics are just waiting for him to trip up. But he's ready for the challenges ahead.
There have been some cracks in this very well put together facade that is Justin Bieber. In Australia not that long ago, Justin was going to perform on a TV show, and the stage manager put his hand on Justin's back to kind of guide him to where he was supposed to stand. And according to that stage manager, Justin said, "Don't effing touch me," and had like a little pop at the stage manager, and that guy ended up going on the radio and talking about it and saying he was disappointed that this nice kid would be so rude to him. And I think, though, that what that kind of shows is, you know, Justin, like anybody else, has a limit of what he can take.
With the world spotlight focused on him, even as a young teenager, Justin has proved himself to be incredibly media savvy.
So as soon as you arrived, you tweeted, and I quote, "You love the weather, the accents, the girls, the water, the excitement, the girls, and the girls." I mean, how do you meet girls these days? Is it hard?
No, it's not. It's easier and easier.
I think he's very bright. I think he's naturally bright, he's naturally talented, he's a natural in front of the media.
I'm having a great time. Being in the UK has been a blast. I've been here now a week, and I'm having so much fun. I got to go kind of sightseeing and stuff, as well as been working, so it's been a blast.
But he actually has so much confidence, not in an obnoxious way, but just a lot of confidence and self-assurance. He's really not afraid of anything.
I saw that you asked Rihanna out. Is that true?
Yeah, I did. It was super jokes, but it was funny. We were out for dinner. She signed the same label as me, so we were out for like a label dinner. And she was sitting across from her. I was like, "Oh, Rihanna, what are you doing tonight?"
So what was her reaction?
It was really like she was laughing. She thought it was good.
Justin Bieber's incredibly fit for his age, but a lot of the interviews that the people do with him are really badly done.
You talk a lot about girls in your songs, right? How do you know that a girl is into you as opposed to you, the pop star? Can you tell?
It's hard to tell. I mean, sometimes, like, I don't know. I haven't gotten in a relationship since I've been, like, famous. And I don't even think, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I haven't been in a relationship.
But I just wondered if you'd ever thought, like, how would you be able to tell?
What happens is Justin gets slated for that, but in fact the interviewer should get slated for not doing enough to engage him and not doing enough to make sure that he was pushed and that his attention was engaged.
But given the right environment, Justin's more than happy to deliver the goods, as he proved when he played the Summertime Ball at London's Wembley Stadium.
The Summertime Ball was the biggest party for London for the summer, of course. We had acts like Usher there, will.i.am popped along, Justin Bieber, Cheryl Cole, Rihanna, and it was just a full day at London's Wembley Stadium of live music, and of course the Bieber was on the lineup as well, and he just blew it up completely. When he came on stage, 80,000 people were just screaming his name. There were banners for him. It was unbelievable. I'd heard different things about the Bieber, and obviously Bieber phenomenon was everywhere. I was getting texts left, right and centre on my show in London about the Bieber. Everybody loved him, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to meet this guy. But also at the same time, I know he'd done other interviews, and they hadn't gone so well, and I'd heard from people in the industry that he could be, how can I put this, a little bit of a brat, not very forthcoming with answers. So I was a bit not quite sure what to expect.
Live at Capital Summertime Ball. It's Roberto here backstage at 95.8 Capital FM Summertime Ball. Wembley Stadium just gone crazy right now, and I can tell you there's many, many girls that like to be sitting where I am right now as well, because I'm joined by Justin Bieber. But there was no cause for concern, because Justin was on top form. The nicest guy, fun kid I've ever met. Seriously up for it. A good laugh, and just quite a nice, genuine, down-to-earth guy, which I wasn't expecting. I thought being so young and being so big, he'd be a bit of a prima donna and a bit up himself possibly, but he wasn't. He was just there. He came and said hello to me. We had a little chat before we did the interview, and then we just got on with it, and he was professional to a T. How did it feel?
It felt great. I had a great time. You know, the fans went crazy. And, you know, I brought up a special guest, Sean Kingston, so that was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, you kept that under wraps.
Yeah.
You didn't even tell us earlier on. Did you invite him down personally?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm loving your stuff. Thank you very much for doing that.
No
You went
problem.
out on stage twice, though, with some other friends of yours.
Yes.
Usher and will.i.am.
Yep.
Have you got them in your phone? Do you drop them a little text, say, guys?
No, I kind of just ran out there and crashed their set.
And he and I just seemed to get on. Well, we had a load of sweets backstage at the Summertime Ball, and Justin spotted these, and I said to Justin, no, you can't eat those just yet. If you're good and help me out with my challenge, I might give you some sweets. He goes, no, we're going to have a challenge. And I was like, okay, what's your challenge?